Me being on the island, you hearing about up top. You know, everything is a transition. Spofford, you hear about Rikers Island. Rikers Island, you hear about up top. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to this shit. So I start hearing about up top. You start knowing the jails where you hearing your con is at. Your CRIP is mad CRIP niggas in green is mad this and that. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm like, all right, I hope I go there. Just so happened they sends me there.
Wow.
And it wasn't what I heard.
Yeah.
It was more blood than CRIP niggas in that. But it was definitely CRIP there. But Crips had the jail. But I don't know what happened. Some way, somehow, the Bloods came and you know, took over the whole. And now the Crips had to basically be on like the back burner. But we were still doing what we was doing. You know, I just don't go for certain. I'm not going for telling me, oh yeah, I'm gonna let you live. I don't go for that. What you mean you going? Not the curse. Pardon me.
Yeah.
You mean you gonna let me live? Nigga, hey, you ain't God. Nigga, hey, you could bleed. Nigga, what are you talking about? You gotta sit down and you gotta. What are you talking about? Like, please. And I turned that bitch, I sparked it as soon as I got there. I was there for 30 days and blew it up.
Yeah.
Cause I wasn't liking how the homeboys was moving. Okay. I ain't like how they just had them on like they was on the edge, like they couldn't do I wasn't going for it.
Yeah.
So I tried to change the narrative and I had to end up leaving.
Gotcha. But I guess that kind of works in your favor, right? Because you end up going somewhere where
I went right across the street.
And that is to
Cat Sackman.
Okay.
That's a max now.
Damn.
So I ended up going from a medium to a max.
Yeah. It's worse.
Another learning experience.
Yeah.
So when you ask me about, do we get the same, are you ever scared? Yes, you never know what you're going into.
That's a fact.
So yes, when I first got to the Cat, yeah, I was like, damn, I'm going to, but I just looked at it like, all right, back to Rikers Island. Remember, green is like a dorm. Everything is dorm, so it remind me of the Sprungs.
Okay.
On the island, just one big dorm. You see, like you ever watch them army movies where they be on that? That's how it look.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just individual beds and lockers. That's how it look.
Yeah.
So when I had to go back to Cat Sack, when I went to Cat, I'm like, all right, back. I looked at it like I'm back on Rikers Island.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Did you experience like so I got a lot of family who's crypto tell me they experience when they get locked up. Did you experience people kind of like not saying their crib?
Oh, yo, listen, do that, right? But you know what? Crips always do that. It's some niggas that's just they scared, gang. You can't be mad at them, right?
Yeah, I can understand it though.
Because look, you gotta look at
what's the ratio?
The ratio to every one Crip is at least 30 bloods or 15, 20 bloods.
Can I ask this before? Now, y'all don't know this, like, all right, let's say when you're in Brooklyn in the towns, you don't know this before you become Crip and go.
Nah, you don't get to learn that part.
That's one of the other things you don't get to know.
Unless one of your, you know what I'm saying, the that you actually bang it under or he give you the real game, you feel me, then you would know, but nah, you don't think it's that.
Then you got it.
Right, it's quiet after that, because there's no turning back.
Yeah.
But some do, some niggas tuck their tail and drop their flags and like they can't take the because that shit come with a lot of pressure, bro.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Picture going to every spot, and every time you land in the spot, you know you coming before you even get there.
Yeah.
If your name is your name, just know you getting there before you get there, because you got niggas that work in the draft room that know your name, like, oh boy, come in here. So they're already waiting for you. So as soon as you get to certain spots, you have to perform. You got to go through that little key block session. 3 days, they're gonna come holler at you, ask you if you got problems in the jail. Do you know any? Is you threatened? You gotta do whatever you deny all that. You go on the population. And once you get the population, that's when you know what you gotta go through.
Yeah, and you have to say you don't have problems. You have to.
What else you gonna say?
I ain't gonna lie.
What else you gonna say? Like what? Like what else you gonna say? Like,
nah, but you know why I asked that? Because I had somebody up here. I don't want to say their name. I like this person.
Yeah,
they was just like, yo, they are Crip. They was just like, yo, they gonna ask you if you Crip. You better tell them you Crip, because if you don't, they gonna throw you in any cell and you gonna have to deal with that. But then I heard from other Crips, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to tell police.
You're not supposed to tell police none of that, bro.
That's not, hell no.
Gotcha.
You're not supposed to do that.
I didn't want to like.
They're gonna know through your actions.
Yeah.
That's how we speak. It's a non-verbal.
Just,
yeah.
Because after you perform, that's goes on your record.
Right.
I just
They're
feel
gonna
like
know what you is.
I just feel like, right, you gonna tell them like you Crip, and then they gonna throw you anywhere. They might throw you where you don't want to be. They can throw you where you feel me. Like it doesn't matter.
That'll suck if I tell you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because remember, you got COs that's gangbang, that's gang members too, bro.
Yeah.
So some of them might be Crip and they ain't like, yo, cuz, I'm really that. Like, so you gotta know your lingo. You feel me? So that's how I tell the homeboys, like, you know, we in New York, so we have a certain way we speak, and we have a certain dialect that we use, like, and we could know for fraudulent. Cause how you even say certain things, if it don't come off your tongue a certain kind of way, cause he trying to get you, he trying to line you, you heard, bro? He playing like he Crip, but he really blood, like he fishing, you heard, bro? Yeah. So you gotta really pay attention. But you got COs that's Crip and blood, bro, and they'll do that to you on purpose. You feel me? Yeah. You got the Crip ones that'll be like, oh yeah, y'all blood is doing too much here, let me throw this blood in this Crip house and get him, yo, yeah. Then you got the ones that's blood, they don't give a they don't care about nothing. Yeah. Send that nigga over there. Put him on a world tour. That's what they call a world tour. You on a wheel. Damn. You feel me? Let me see if he is who he say he is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, hell yeah.
Does that go against your I guess street code or something to be? Do y'all look at COs as cops or nah?
I mean, depending what's your angle. Like, yeah, because everybody, not because you a gang member, that means you have to be a gang banger though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So it don't have to be like, okay, I'm blood, so I'm about to be, no, you can go get a job, bro. Go do something different. We all can't be doing the same shit. We might need each other one day. You might could get them pay stubs, so if, God forbid, one of us get locked up, you could bail us out. You could help us in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? So everybody don't gotta be a gang banger, guy. Like you could be in the gang and go get a job and do what you do. You don't have to do everything that you don't. It all depends on your big homie and what type of timing he on.
Gotcha. Fact. It's some Gucci to get a job, but from being in there, like if you like in there, a prisoner, inmate, we look at them like, yeah, that's police. Like, yeah, that's what we call them. Yeah,
right.
Police.
Even though he might be the cuz, but he police. Yeah, bro. You know, he might be blood. Yeah, but he police. Like at the end of the day, but
gotcha. Is he trusted as much as you would trust someone who's not like?
I know.
Okay.
Sometimes, depending on the situation.
Yeah, relationship.
Yeah, relationship. We got real ties, and it's like, I see. You know, it's conversation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta build. Once you start seeing, like, all right. He's sturdy.
Okay.
You could trust him on certain levels. You know, not everything though, because remember he's still police at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure he can't put his job in jeopardy.
Yeah.
And I ain't damn sure about to let him railroad me because he go home every day. So it's quiet. I just deal with them on a certain
Gotcha. Now you said it's the ratio is kind of like 1 to 30. 1
to 20. 1 to 25. Like it's a fact.
Yeah, dealing with that now. You're in there, you said Kasaki, right?
Yeah, Kasaki, word, the cat.
Now, do you do the rest of your bid?
Nah, hell no. I went right back to the box and then caused a whole riot in the mess hall. What? For some Rikers Island. You know, everything follows you, gang. That's why I try to tell you, like, you be thinking, oh, nah, it's cool, I'm here, my man. No. You do certain shit to certain. They already plant their feet certain places, and when you get there, they already waiting on you. Yeah. Oh, boy did this to me. Boy jumped me. Boy shot me. Boy cut me. Boy stabbed me. His mans in them, you know what I'm saying? Violated me. They took all my food out my cell. Don't forget nothing, bro. Yeah. So I had to blow up the mess hall. That's the easiest way to get up out of the spot.
Yeah. Did you kind of see it coming, like?
Of course, because I'm not. You already. I know. I'm in a spot where it's probably like 3-4 other criminals. You know who's there. Tell you, yo, you got like 3-4 homies in here. Yeah. So I already knew what was going on. I just knew I just had to get up out of there. Yeah. Because it wasn't safe for me.
Gotcha. Now, to do 2.5 in there.
On the island.
On the island.
Right.
You go up top.
Yep. Wasn't green for like a month. Left that. Go to the cat. Got off a key block. I was on key block, which is like the box. I had to do like 6 months in the box. Mm-hmm. Go back to population. Blow that up. It's like the first week I got out of key block. Yeah. Blow that up and back in the box. Yeah. So I really never got a chance to really situate myself because I'm gangbanging. Yeah. You feel me? Right. Go back to the box. When I left there, I ended up going to Cayuga.
Gotcha.
Go to Cayuga box, do more time after I did what I did in the cat.
Yeah.
Went to Cayuga box, blew that up, stayed in the box for like another 6 months there too. They ended up sending me to Auburn.
Sorry for cutting you off. Let me, just for the people who don't know what it means, like I know I've had people up here explain like, yo, I had to blow the spot. But for someone who's just a casual listener,
doesn't understand,
Yeah,
blow the spot means I'm fighting, cutting, making it hot. I can't stay here.
Yeah.
Doing whatever you gotta do to get
besides telling.
Right,
Yeah.
besides
Doing everything you gotta do besides talking to police.
Yeah.
So yeah, blowing the spot means, yeah, it's up.
Something violent going on.
Violence, yeah. You fighting, jump, whatever, cutting, stabbing, whatever it takes to lead it.
Yeah. How long does the SEALs take to come?
Up north, they come a little quicker than Rikers Island. Rikers Island, they want to see certain shit happen, so they'll be like, let me fight for a minute.
Yeah.
But up north, them, I ain't even gonna say because I don't, you know what I'm saying, the racial slurs, I'm not with it. So them people, they ain't playing that. They coming, you heard? So it probably take like, because it happens so fast up north. Up north, you can't have a 60-second fight. It ain't happening.
Gotcha.
You heard? You got 10 seconds, 15 seconds to do what you gotta do before they come in. Maybe 20 the most.
Yeah. That might be alright for somebody who's out.
Yeah, but remember, it's thinking about cutting you. Like,
Yeah.
it's not really about the fighting. Because the you might be fighting might not be the that cut you.
Yeah.
See, up north, it's a different strategy. Like, the safety, yo, it's crazy. Like, you gotta know what's going on.
Gotcha.
You gotta be tapped into that. That's why I say it gotta be in you, not on you.
Yeah. Boom. So now you say you was in the box again.
Box again, facts.
Yeah. Now, closer to the end of your bid, right? Matter of fact, are you meeting anybody in there? Are you see like this?
Yeah, meeting the homeboys, you know, certain, you know, that I fuck with, we all ended up in the same spot, that we was on the island together, that we probably was in Green with, that I was probably in the cat with.
Any rappers we know
That was locked up with me at the time?
Locked up with them, yeah.
Who was up north that I ran into? It was one from the Bronx. I think he ended up dying. I can't remember his name though. And the one from Queens, Trax. They call him Trav now. His daughter is the one that was with 4-1.
Oh, yes.
He was with me, Trav.
Yeah, okay.
Trav was with me, and the other one, Track, is never. He had the big mic on his arm like LL.
Okay,
He was there.
Gotcha. Wow.
Who else was locked up with me on the island? There was a lot going on. I think hold on. It's been so long, gang. I can't really like, you feel me? But yeah, it was Trav was with me. His daughter, she was with the 4-1. I don't know what happened with that situation, but shout out Trav. He should be on his way home too. Me and him was just together in the feds.
Gotcha.
Too. Word.
Gotcha. Now, when you coming home, are you kind of thinking like, yo, when I get home, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that? Are you kind of seeing the world change right in front of your eyes? What's
On which bed though? The same one we talking
the
about?
same one, that one right there.
Nah, I was still on board.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, I was still on board. I was coming home to, it's that.
Gotcha.
Homeboys know like, oh yeah, that's him. He's him. Yeah, I was still on board. I was still lost for a minute.